This creature was a dark omen.
For centuries, looking at this parade meant you wouldn't survive the night. But today, people want to hug it. How did a symbol of pure dread transform into the modern kawaii culture? This mysterious red figure conceals the secret of Japanese monsters, the very DNA that gave rise to the global phenomenon of Pokémon. In the oldest scroll, this one-eyed creature symbolized the invisible threat of illness. It was never meant to be loved. It was a terrifying warning of disease. To understand its rebirth, we must first look at a time before modern medicine, when fear was a physical reality. But eventually, people grew tired of fear. During the samurai era, an ukiyo-e artist, Toriyama Sekien, revolutionized the night parade by transforming it into entertainment. Later, in the 19th century, Kawanabe Kiyosai took it further, refining the definitive yokai scroll. Through all these changes, however, this small red yokai stayed in the background, unnoticed, unnamed, until 2006. When it resurfaced online, the ancient fear had vanished. Instead of recoiling, a new generation was charmed. An illustrator, captivated by its strange intestine-like protrusion, gave it a name, Dacchō. By 2010, it traveled to Ireland and was reborn again as Akaheru. What was once pure dread became a mascot to be loved. This is the distinctly Japanese cycle. Everything is reimagined until it becomes kawaii. Now, we decode the Generation Zero that paved the way for Pokémon. Let's trace the origins of the night parade of 100 demons. Gravely enough, it looks like 3 monsters are harassing that cute red creature. They frequently change depending on the artwork. Sekien, the pioneer of monster Ukiyo-e, introduces them as a spear, a bag, and a pot. First is the spear monster called Yari Keicho. It was born from the decorative hair attached to a spear. Legend has it that this spear once belonged to the strongest warrior. Curiously, despite being a spear monster, it holds a mallet in its hand. Next is the bag monster called Ko-in-ryo. It is a transformation of a reticule bag, likely made of tiger skin. For some reason, it is said to have incredibly fast legs. Finally, the pot monster, Zen Fusho. It was born from a pot used to boil water in tea ceremonies. From its name containing the word Zen, we can glimpse the connection between the tea ceremony and Zen Buddhism. Imagine women dyeing their teeth with a black liquid. This practice, known as ohaguro, was once a symbol of beauty in aristocratic society. These monsters might just be laughing at such human vanity. Corresponding to this practice, Sekien drew 2 monsters, Tsunohanzo, a lacquered wash basin used for teeth blackening, and Ungaikyō, a mirror monster said to reveal the true identity of demons. In an era when craftsmen polished mirrors using mercury for plating, mirrors were considered magical items. Picture a female monster dressed in a Shinto priest's outfit, carrying a large bag. This is Fukuromujina, a monster born from a bag used to store a futon, a traditional Japanese floor-level folding bed. In Japanese folklore, there is a general rule that raccoon dogs, tanuki, take the form of men, and foxes, kitsune, take the form of women. However, this monster quietly crosses that boundary and is depicted as a woman. Modern Japanese anime often portrays gender-fluid or non-binary characters naturally, perhaps rooted in a long-standing cultural flexibility around gender. Throughout the parade, you will find monsters holding cloth. There are countless variations in its shape and size. One is Doroborodon, born from worn-out beddings. Even in the Edo period, when common people were relatively prosperous, cloth remained valuable and was repaired and reused many times. Another is Shirouneri, a monster born from worn-out cloth. The word uneri describes how objects flutter in the wind. Seeing a shape in a piece of cloth creeping up in the dark, isn't that a universally shared human sensibility? Next, we encounter a beast-like creature dressed as a Shinto priest, holding something that looks like a spear. However, this isn't a weapon. It is an onusa, a wand used in Shinto rituals to silently purify impurities. Sekien introduces this monster as Heiroku. It is a trickster that masquerades as the voice of the gods, spreading rumors to confuse the masses. The structure of faking authority to incite anxiety hasn't changed from the past to the present.
Its body is a straw raincoat, and its head is a straw sandal. This is Minowaraji, a monster born from a traditional Japanese straw raincoat, Mino, and straw sandals, Waraji. It is perhaps more famous for its appearance as a samurai made of straw, riding a staff horse. In the Osaka arc of the popular comic Gantz, this was the very monster that fought against the vampires. With a pointed head and a straw-like mouth, this monster is highly popular even in samurai entertainment like kabuki. It is a transformation of the Karakasa, a traditional umbrella treated with oiled paper for water resistance. Sekien introduces it under the name of Hone Karakasa, or bone umbrella. It is depicted as an old umbrella that has lost its paper, leaving only its bamboo bones flying through the air clad in fire. Mononoke the movie, Phantom in the Rain, focuses on this monster. Holding a fan, this monster's head is on fire. It is a cooking pot with a skirt-like rim designed to be set into a kamado stove. They can be made of iron or pottery, and large ones are used for baths. Sekien called this Narigama. In Japan, there is a Shinto ritual that predicts the future based on the sound the pot makes while boiling rice. It was the Japanese people's awe and imagination toward nature that turned this simple pot into a monster. Right next to it is the monster of its lid. This monster is holding kitchen tools. It is a transformed pot for simmering food. It was used in an irori, which is a type of indoor sunken hearth. The hook mechanism for adjusting the heat is really impressive. Lifting a crossbar allows the height of the hook to be adjusted steplessly. Next to it is a tripod monster. It is thought to be a transformation of the gotoku, a metal tripod used to support pots over an irori. Sekien introduces it as the Gotokuneko. Here, it is depicted as a cat monster with a two-pronged tail. It wears the tripod on its head and appears to have the power to set fires alight.
In the corner of the painting, a red oni is tearing something open. What he is breaking into is a toolbox. Sekien named this demon Chirizuka-Kaio. Could he be the organizer of this parade? Hey, how long are you going to sleep? He is waking up the old tools slumbering in the box and leading them out into the night streets. In Japan, it is said that oni were once human. Another video shows the 6 stages of transformation from human to monster. If you are interested, check it out. The link is in the description below. Consider a creature with a somewhat stern expression. What is the black object covering its head? This is a monster born from cymbals, or dobatsushi, used in Buddhist rituals. It was an imported metal musical instrument used during religious ceremonies. Sekien introduces it as Nyūbachibō. It was also used for sound effects in traditional theater. As a marching band member, he might set the beat for this parade. There is a tengu-like yokai holding several stick-like objects. This is a monster born from the recording media of sutras, the Buddhist Bible. In early Japan, Buddhist teachings were transcribed onto scrolls or accordion-style wooden slots. Sekien introduces it as Kyorin-rin. Its distinct feature is that the collection of sutra scriptures forms a bird-like shape. Even something so sacred can sometimes turn into a monster. You must always remain vigilant. Peeking out from inside the robes covering this monster are a crane's head and beastly legs. Sekien introduces her as Suzuhiko Hime. Its sound is a mystical resonance that evokes the music from the movie Ghost in the Shell. Will this monster perform a dance for the gods?
A yokai with a bird-like beak for a head. The number of its fingers matches the definition of a Japanese oni, exactly 3. This is a monster born from a gourd, or Hyōtan, a plant fruit. While there are many varieties, the peanut-shaped ones with a pinched waist are the mainstream in Japan. They were mainly dried, processed, and used as water canteens, or even consumed as food. Sekien introduces it as Hyōtan-Kozō. Because this monster holds prayer beads in its hand, it might have converted to Buddhism.
Imagine a creature with a black object resembling rabbit ears on its head. This is the monster of scissors. The scissors used in ancient Japan were U-shaped with a spring in the middle, a design originating from ancient Greece. This Greek-style scissor is still used today in specific fields in Japan, such as thread cutting in sewing and traditional candy sculpting. The absolute awe toward the sheer act of severing dwells within this tool.
Now, the yokai parade is finally reaching its climax. What appears there are beings truly worthy of being called the final bosses. Monsters are not relics of the past. Even at this very moment, they continue to be born somewhere in the world. Next time, the strongest monsters being born right now. This channel explores the history of samurai and Japanese culture. We break down the customs behind Japanese entertainment in a clear, accessible way. It may change how you see your favorite anime and games. Feel free to browse the other videos. There might be something that catches your interest. See you in the next video.
Help motivate us to make more videos by liking and subscribing. Thank you for watching!